So we're going to talk about bullish at resistance and bearish at supports because people do it wrong. Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. If you're new, make sure you've subscribed, hit the bell button and leave a like. Now, I'm going to have a little bit of a whinge in this video. We're going to talk about a lot of things in terms of basically trading and stuff you can do to make money in the industry, but mainly how to keep money as well as an investor, because people just get it totally wrong. Now, let's talk, because I did this tweet, never say never. Nothing is certain in the market, only probability. This is where a lot of people in my comments go, well, you were wrong. Yeah, this happened, or you were right, or whatever, right? It's all probability. You got to go off what you see. You cannot predict the future, because if everyone could predict the future in the markets, guess what we would all be doing? We'd be walking down the street with our bollocks hanging out, laid out pie, going, I'm rich as fuck. But we don't have that. So we've got to be careful, right? Realistically, for me, the market can do whatever the hell it wants as long as you can read it. That's the main thing. And that's where this video lies, right? So if you've not yet done so, make sure you check out the links below to learning crypto. If you want to learn and physically learn and potentially change your life and understand certain things in the market. A lot of people are getting freaking burnt right now because they are literally blind copying people. It's like, what are you doing? Do not copy that person because they're going to get you wrecked. They don't care about you. They just do not give a shit. Just be careful. Another thing to check out as well, most importantly, is your chart analysis. Do you understand what you're doing? Do you understand the basics of trading view? Are you actually getting the information that is correct? You need to understand that, because if you don't, you got problems. And again, I hope this channel does help you. Anyways, moving on, we do need to talk about the charts, because this is an element that I'm more interested in. I think we are going to go below 30k. I've said it for like weeks now. It just looks like it's like gravity. It's just going to go there. It's just going to gradually fall, and that's where people are getting a little bit pissy. Now, I'm going to put on a bit of a chart and analysis overall. This is like just a basic structure that I've been testing. I'm currently looking to get back into trading, right? I've not done it for a while because I didn't really need to. I do enjoy it a little bit, but realistically I don't enjoy it as much as sitting on my ass doing nothing. I'm joking, I do a lot of work, really. That's a problem. I have a very busy lifestyle. When you're doing videos on YouTube, when you're doing learning crypto videos, when you're doing other content for courses and obviously helping others, it can be quite, time consuming. So the one thing that I get asked a question all the time is, if you trade, what time frame should you use? It's entirely up to you. Because essentially what happens is your life will kind of depend on that. If you can't do it on the lower time frames, go on the higher time frames, which is what I do, the 6-hour time frame. Now, this is where the biggest element of life is. Why in the market are people so bullish when things have gone up so much, yet very bearish when they go down? It's that thing in your brain that you've got. It's called greed. You've got fear and you've got greed. You get greedy, you want to buy. You get fearful, you want to sell. That's simple, right? This is where other influencers, not mentioning any names, will be preying on that to get money from you, whether that would be through this, that and the other services, or if it's just to aid them in referral links and basically getting you wrecked. I'm pretty sure and convinced, it's kind of obvious, I think people counter trade themselves. I think when you see these videos online and you see people going, oh, this is going to happen, a lot of exclamation marks, I've gone long, this is amazing. I'm pretty sure they are the counter trend. I'm pretty sure they are going short. I'm pretty convinced of it, because when you got someone with a huge subscriber base saying their open position, traders don't do it in real life. They just don't tell you what position they're in, especially if it's a large one. They will give you analysis, but they won't go, well, I'm actually in that trade, I'm going to give you this, that, and the other. Because guess what's going to happen? The whole of crypto Twitter, the whole of crypto Reddit, the whole of crypto YouTube are just going to go, I'm going to go against you. It's kind of obvious. So I think this is where the problem is. When we see all these, I'm really bullish at resistance, the market dumps every time and the momentum just changes off. And you can see here the technicals are actually in line with all this anyways on the 6-hour time frame. This is an obvious resistance point. Even if you are looking at the Fibonacci on this, and I mentioned this on Learning Crypto this morning, realistically, you got a 618 level resistance tap, it's resistance. You got a bearish divergence, another confirmation. As you can see here, I've moved this on, by the way, because, by the way, this bottom indicator, this divergence indicator, really good. If you use the RSI, by the way, it highlights your divergences. It makes it a bit easier if you're learning. So for me, it makes me consciously put them on there so I can kind of see. So there's another one there. Cool. You know, it delays a little bit. So it's not perfect. Just remember that. It will be on a pivot point, so it is a bit laggy. However, if you can identify divergences and strength is changing at resistance, guess what you're going to do? Probably going to short it, aren't you, realistically? Again, if you see momentum gaining and the price movement is slowing, you may well want to long that support level. Just be careful, right? So, I digress even. So, when we talk about that, that is what's happening. Now, if you go over to Bitcoin, for example, it's sideways. And people are trading this like it's literally going to make them life-changing money. I've been seeing people go, oh, it's BART season. No, it's not. It's just freaking range season. Learn how to read a chart, man. It's unbelievable when you think about it. And when you look at the daily, it becomes very, very apparent of what is going to happen. Now, this is a fresh chart, right? If you're looking at this, we've had a hidden bear up here. We've pulled back, right? We're back in this horrible, stinky range that we've been in for ages. And we've literally duplicated this. But even if you're looking at the overall, like even this entire level, this dump, down to this low level here, I think we're going to readdress this level. I think we are going to hit that 28k pretty soon, I think. But this is where the other levels come in. I think we may well see 20k. I know people go, oh my god, but the probability of that is pretty high. If we lose this support and it is not a level where it's going to bounce, well, guess what? There's not a bottom here yet. The bottom isn't in. So when we're talking about bearish as support, this is what happens. People are bearish right now, and it's because of the fear. And people then sell their positions because of X, Y, and Z. Why? I don't know why. You should be buying at strong levels of support. If you were willing to buy Bitcoin at $60,000 and you've not bought a little bit at 30, 32, 33, 34k, I don't know what I can say to you. I just don't know what to do. I just physically don't do it. Because what happens is people sell their position here. They'll buy up here and they'll sell there. That does not make any sense in my head. Right? So yeah. Anyways, I need to talk about something. So instead of selling your crypto to the market for a loss, why not put it into BlockFi and earn a revenue on it? Sounds simple, right? So if you're willing to hold, and if that is Bitcoin, if that is Ethereum, if that is Chainlink or whatever it may be, even stable currency to get some of those tokens, check out BlockFi. You get some free crypto for doing it. I put my money in there. I put stable currency in there to get some Satoshis for free. Because why not? It's a great place to do it. I also use other services. Remember, it's all about diversification. If you're not a good trader, if you're a bit flappy at investing, you want to make money, as in physical, like, oh, it actually is going up, BlockFi is a great solution. So make sure you do check out the link. Obviously, again, it's entirely up to you. You don't have to do it. But this is one thing that I recommend and use. DeFi protocols are always good. Again, though, as I say, you can put multiple different assets in here, and also you can get paid in the cryptocurrency assets. So if you want to just accumulate Ethereum, if you've got a load of stable currency and you want to get paid in Ethereum, you can. So moving back, we need to talk about what is happening physically. As you can kind of notice, for me, this is the bottom of this entire structure. We could be going lower, which is a problem. Now, if you've not yet done so, check out my membership on my channel. I reflect throughout the week and what's potentially coming. There's a lot of things that I've been saying on those videos that came pretty obviously true, which is good to see that market structure is holding. It is all about market structure. And when you start zooming in on it a little bit and pinpointing it, you got the top, you've got this first low. We broke structure here. This level here was the first warning sign, the first red flag, as you would say, because this low has went lower than this. So we've actually broken structure. It pulls back, we've made a lower high. That again is a level of structure that you should be worried about. And I mentioned it on a tweet. I went, remember that day when I went, oh, welcome to the bear market? Yeah, that was the day. Yes, I know people hate it, but realistically, you got to say what you see, right? When that happens, just stand by, because downside movement probably is coming, and it happened, right? Now we're in a sideways kind of motion, but what happened even when you zoom in on this, we've had a similar sort of level. So we've had this, like, obviously lower high, or just about lower high, or double top, double top, lower low. We've had a bit of a fake out, but we're forming a new low. And even on here, we're starting to form where we've actually broken structure again. So when we look at this level, even if we're looking at the wicks here, stand by, because we may have broken structure again. And then what could happen here, essentially, if we're looking at a basic kind of level of like your structure, we may well pull back up a little bit, and then we probably will address this point here. So we need to be careful. This is not a good price action overall for cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. This is why people are panicking right now. This is why these divergences are coming very, very apparent. If you go down to the 6-hour time frame, you're probably going to notice it in more detail. We've had this level here. We've had this little low. We've had this lower high. We've now formed a lower low. And again, we've got to look at where these wicks have been. Look at where that wick has been. And obviously look at where all these other wicks are. We're currently at a level of support right now. This is where the sellers are. This is where people are selling and panicking because you don't understand the market. This is why education is important. So what is happening? The market is pretty bearish, right? Obvious. Every time people see green, they go very, very excited. Whenever they see red, they get very, very upset. Even though I was telling people to be careful for the last 6-7 weeks, I've been saying it for ages like a broken record. Apparently I'm bearish because I'm careful, but realistically I'm saying what I see. If you see that obvious chart structure, it's not healthy, and it's sideways movements essentially. If you are looking on the daily time frame, and if you're looking to trade, by the way, and you want to use something, look at this level here where it's kind of an obvious kind of range. And even if you're looking, even if I just, let's be honest here, even if I move this to like there, if you're looking to sell, look how many times you would have made money, even if you're doing this. Actually, do a 3.1 from this point to here. You know, even if you're zooming in on this kind of level, on these ranges, look how reactive they are. It's ridiculous when you look at like buying at support, sell at resistance. Look to buy at support, sell at resistance. Look to buy at support, oh it failed, it went lower, oh shame, we'll just buy the next one. You're making money back, boom. Fake out, came back in, went all the way back down. You know, it's a range, it's sideways, and it's not designed for trend trading. It's designed for scalpers, and if you go down lower and low enough, you'll probably notice very, very quickly how reactive and how good the price action actually is in terms of this trend movement in and around these zones. And you can see even on the divergence indicator of how reactive they are. Pretty awesome. Anyways, check out the stuff, learn, stop being bearish at supports, and stop being bullish at resistance, because realistically, yes, bullish at resistance is great, but you know, people are selling. People are buying at support and selling at and on you at resistance. Not good.